Been pretty busy lately, but Australia is suffering a great Australian toilet paper shortage because of the coronavirus. All the toilet paper, tissue paper, paper towels, everything's been cleaned out of the shops. There's nothing left in any shop anywhere. And it's gotten so bad that they're going to put security guards. Whoa! Hey, budget! Hey, stormtrooper! They're going to put security guards in the shopping centre on the toilet paper aisle to stop people stealing the toilet paper. It's absolutely insane. You can't get it for love of money at the moment. No worries, Stacking Stormtrooper. Thanks for caring, buddy. Appreciate your message the other day. It lifted me spirits. Michael M, how you going? Yeah, no, she's crazy in Australia at the moment. No toilet paper, no nothing. It's only the start. People are frightened that they're going to have to spend a couple of weeks at home, so they're all stacking up. So the shops can't cope. Michael Kittle, how you going, mate? Yeah, it's not bad, but I think shit's about to hit the fan in Australia. People are really panicking pretty bad now. It's just a nightmare trying to get things at the moment. Other things are still plentiful, like you can still get other stuff, but toilet paper, tissues, no, you just can't get it. And it's full on. It's like a big joke too now. Hey, Victoria Roman Carter, how you going? Like when you're driving along and you see signs and like a pizza shop. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Wanda. You'll see a sign at a pizza shop and it'll have 8 rolls of toilet paper for one large pizza. So it's like everyone's getting involved in it and having a big joke. And jewelry shops have got like a dozen toilet paper rolls for $6,000 and you get a free diamond ring with it. So everyone's having a good old laugh with it. It's been a good time. But they reckon that there's plenty of supply available, but people are panicking buying up. So, and when there's a crisis, the shops just cannot cope. So the shelves will get cleaned out real fast. So it's going to be funny to see security guards guarding toilet paper. I think that's a first. It sort of reminds me of the old days in the Soviet Union when they used to line up for bread and toilet paper. It's all because we import a lot of things into Australia. We're a net importer now, unfortunately, with free market economy. We import most of our stuff. We've shut down a lot of our manufacturing, so everyone's panicking that they're not going to be able to get anything. So I'm going to... hey, Mrs. Mercer. You can't get toilet paper in Australia at the moment. The aisles are cleaned out. Everyone's panic buying, and when you're in the you're trying to get like your shopping and that, the person in front's breaking the rules by trying to buy 2 packets of toilet paper, and they come out with all these stories. You know, me grandmother's sick and I'm buying for them, and I've never heard such garbage in my life. But they reckon there's plenty of supply, but they just can't meet the demand at the moment because people are stockpiling for fears of the coronavirus. Everyone's worried that they're going to have to spend a few weeks at home. Like you haven't seen me around a lot lately because of all the things that have been going on. So I'll just give you a little look, show you what I've been dealing with. Where's the... switch around. This is cleaning up the old house, trying to get it renovated. So everything's under tarps and painting the roof, and got to paint the walls, and the oven's pulled out, and it's not much fun. No TV. I think that's the hardest part. No TV. No TV. least I've got YouTube though. YouTube's saving me. So we've got to get all this sorted out and get moving. What you renting it for? I want to move to Oz. No, we're selling. The family's separated at the moment. The wife and took the kids up to Crookwell, and so my dad's selling this house, and I'm going to go to the other house in Crookwell, the little house. So not looking forward to the little house, but because she's not much fun. Big bang, little bang, how you going? Hey, coin collector, Adrian. So, but the good thing about moving to Crookwell is the prospecting there. Like 15 minutes away is where I go to get my sapphires from. And they're some of the best sapphires in Australia, so it's awesome. How you going, everybody? It's good to see you and talk to you. Been pretty down and pretty busy lately, and I'm doing okay. I had a bit of a back spasm earlier and that, but I'm doing okay now. It's good to know when you suffer a lot of pain and that all the time and you don't know what's wrong, it gets you down. But when you actually know what causes it, it's not so bad anymore. Like you can make adjustments and all that sort of stuff. The good news is we've got a lot of rain in Australia lately. We've had so much rain. It's awesome. Everything's so green now. It's still raining now. I'm sitting out on the veranda listening to the rain. It's nice. You can hear all the animals, and a dear friend, been like a father to me, lives in Oz. He offered to have me come there and help me get citizenship. Oh wow, go for it. It's pretty good in Australia. It's like the money's pretty good. You can earn decent money if you're prepared to work. Hey Mike Wolf, how you going, mate? Been flooding there? Yeah, it's we have had a bit of flooding here, but it's just been constant rain lately, so it's quite nice. We're up in the mountains, so we're not in too much. We only get flash floods here. We have had one. We were going to do the driveway up for selling the house, and we had a mass flash flood come down and washed all the driveway out. So if we'd spent all the money fixing the driveway up, it would have just wiped it out in one night. That time has come and gone. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. No, it's a great place in Australia. If you can come here, go for it. Like, Australia's got opportunity everywhere. It's such a big country and there's not many people here. Like, we've got 30 million people in Australia, and Australia is nearly the size of America. So you guys are like 10 times more population than us in the same sort of landmass. So you go out into the countryside, away from the cities, away from the coast, and there's just opportunity everywhere. No worries, coin collect, Adrian. Have fun at school, champion. Oh, can you hear that rain? I love the sound of rain on a tin roof. Currently we have no driveway, it's all muddy area. Yeah, our driveway washed away. It's funny, our neighbour collects half our driveway down the bottom there in the gutter. He gets all the sand and everything out and he takes it into his yard and fills up holes and stuff like that. You hear the rain? Yeah, it is the best. Left Cole, Missouri, made it to Mississippi and Florida. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, no, where I live, which is pretty close to Sydney, like I'm up in the hills above Sydney, so it's an hour to the centre of Sydney from where I live. And this part of the country is pretty nice, you know, like we get winter here, but it's normally pretty mild. Like we we don't very often get snow at all, and you get the seasons, but you don't get the real bad, like foot meters of snow and stuff like that. It's quite a nice place to live. Yeah, we got hammered. We've been hammered lately with the rain. It's wonderful to see, you know, like it's crazy. We've gone from drought where all the trees were browning off and dying off, and we had the massive fires and everything, and now that the rain's here, things are coming back to life. I'll try and get out to the fire ground soon and show you how things are coming back, how things regrow. Like, the good thing about the Australian bush is it's meant to burn. So once it's burnt, it'll come back and regenerate. It'll shoot out new branches off the tree. As long as the trees aren't burnt too bad, they'll grow back. Oh yeah, it is, Paul. Yeah, it's great. It's not something we're used to in Australia. We don't get it very often. Rain. It's sort of intermittent rain nowadays. Yeah, but the toilet paper crisis, she's a beauty. We've got security guards guarding the toilet paper in Australia now. So I might have to ask you guys to start sending me toilet paper in the mail. I think we have a lot in Australia. We have a lot of Chinese people here. We have 1 million Chinese people in Australia. Small pond in our yard, co-fish. Oh wow. Just has water and junk, yeah. Yeah, we have, and what they do is they buy Australian products and send them back to China and mark the price up. Like they'll buy a tin of milk formula here for $20 and send it over to China and get 150 for it. So when we go to shops here in Australia, we can only buy one tin of milk formula at a time because of that. So we've already had problems here because they're sending everything over there, because there's 1.4 billion of them and only 30 million of us. So when they start sending our products overseas, we start running out pretty quick. I don't think that's the case with the toilet paper, but it's the case with face masks. You can't get face masks in Australia. They're hugely dear now because they're all getting sent to China. You can't buy hand sanitizing cream. That's all going to China. Vitamins, multivitamins, all sorts of things. We're having shortages of so many different things now because it's all what we do have in the shops and in store is all getting bought up so quick it's not funny. And because of the coronavirus, nothing's been bought into the country, so we're already feeling the effects pretty bad here. If it keeps going and gets any worse, you know, it'll be people fighting over a tin of baked beans soon. Because the supermarkets, you know, they look like they got a lot of stuff in them, but they don't have a lot there. And when the people start coming in to try and buy everything up, it goes really quick. Send the rain up to Brizzy? Yeah. I thought you were getting rain up that way. Sorry, Trader's toilet. So you got toilet paper up there? Is it as bad up there, or? One of my friends, he did a Facebook post. It's like a picture of his leg with the toilet roll holder above it, with tally-ho papers on the toilet roll, and him pulling off a bit of tally-ho paper as toilet paper. So it's coming back to the extremes of getting the old yellow pages out, the old phone book out. 90% isopie, alcohol and antibacterial soap for sanitizer. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've always been a prepper. I've always been prepared. Like, it sounds crazy and everything, but being prepared means that you don't have to worry when there's a panic like this. But unfortunately, because of all the moving and all the like I had to chuck everything out. So a lot of my food got chucked out and everything. So I've got to get back in and stack that back up. So I'm not real impressed with that. But yeah, no worries, Mr. Detector. It's good to see you, mate. I miss everyone so much. I've got to get back on a bit more. I just can't wait for all this sort of renovations and selling houses and moving and all that sort of stuff to be over. And then 6 bottles of the 90% and 2 of soap and get stocked on 6 bottles of spring water. Right. Thanks for that tip. Things are running out. I went to my local Woolies and it's all gone. Good thing we bought all the rolls before the hysteria. Yeah, well, you can always have a shower afterwards, you know. Like I remember when I was 10, we went overseas. And my dad's a plumber and I've always been plumbing with him since I was a little kid. So I know about plumbing pretty well and I've done it all my life. But anyway, as a little kid, we went into England, into the big motel, big fancy motel, you know, little country boy. And I went into the bathroom and there's 2 toilets in there. And I went out and I said to Dad, there's 2 toilets in here and one of the dunnies looks funny. We call a toilet a dunny in Australia. And he started laughing and goes, that's a bidet, that's not a dunny. And I had no idea what a bidet was. It's not a common thing here in Australia. Toilet paper, just use a washcloth and wash it after using it. That's a good point. Yeah, see, we've all been pretty spoilt lately, you know, like with modern shopping and everything, modern convenience. We're all very spoilt. We get what we want all the time now. So when there's a little bit of a shortage, we panic and we don't know what to do. We don't think, we don't use our brains anymore. Like years ago, I remember my mum saying how they used to use the yellow pages in the outhouse on the farm. Like years ago, they used to have the farm and they had the outhouse, the drop toilet. And she said that they used to have the yellow pages hanging on the door and you used to have to pull off a page of the yellow pages. You rip that off and that was your toilet paper. Same thing as they used to would have done in America years ago. But the modern supermarkets have made us all dumb and lazy, I think. I can't wait to get in and see security guards guarding the toilet paper, though. I reckon that's going to be a classic. I'll have to get a bit of video of that one. Visit a few friends and head to Miami. Nice, Mike. Have fun, champion. Try the Sears catalogue, shiny and slippery. Yeah. Leaves wouldn't be very much fun. That was an old thing, using leaves and, you know. I remember learning about Roman history and they used to use sea sponges. And they used to share the sponge, like the sponge would be in the public toilet and you used to share them. So at least it's not that bad. We haven't gone back to that sort of desperation state yet. Geez, it's good to get on here and talk to you guys. I miss you all so much. The community is such a great place to get on and chat and everyone's wonderful. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out and having a chat with me. And, you got to look on the bright side of life, you know. And if toilet paper is our biggest problem, then not too bad. Very true. It's funny how that COVID-19 is virus. Don't know how it links with toilet paper. Might have reaction eat sheet. People, I missed that one. What was that? Missing some of the comments. Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the stuff going on Facebook. You know, like how to trap an Australian. They got like a box trap. the old pull the stick out and the box falls on whatever it is, a box trap, and they got toilet paper in there, and that's how you trap an Australian. And they're coming up with all these beauties, people showing how Australians protect themselves from coronavirus, and they've got themselves all wrapped up with toilet paper, and uh, it's good. It's good to see a bit of humour in it. Like everyone's so scared and so worried about it, and then you see something funny like that, and it takes the edge off a little bit. It's amazing how things are going in the world these days. People just don't find others that can give you direction. We all can help what someone doesn't know. Oh, that's right. I love the YouTube. Getting in a panic, and the virus has been around since 1960s in some form. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of viruses around, but I think the big panic is it's taking out the older people, and the politicians are the older people, the older rich people, and they're all worried. So look at Iran; their whole political party got the virus. They're all sick. Poor buckers. They all went to the same religious site, and they're all. It's bad. We got a few cases from people coming back from that religious site too. We haven't got it bad here yet, but it's definitely going to go. Byproduct of SARS, yeah. There's a lot of stories going around that 280 meters up the road from where they say the epicenter of the virus is a Chinese facility where they study viruses and stuff on animals. So who knows whether it leaked out of that facility? That's what I probably think, but who knows? Hey, Detective Jim and Paul, how you going, mate? Yeah, we're facing the great Australian toilet paper crisis here, mate. No toilet paper. We're all panicking. People are rationing their toilet paper, coming up with good ideas. Yeah, I'm just saying how it's just been a crazy hit for Australia. Like we've had the big drought for years and years, and then we've had the massive firestorm, and that devastated everything. And then we had floods after that, and now we've got to deal with the coronavirus and toilet paper shortage. So if the fires don't kill us, then no toilet paper will. Awesome. It's good to see everybody again. I've missed everyone. I haven't been on much lately. Like I don't want to come onto YouTube unless I'm in a good mood and I'm happy, because I've always been about trying to spread happiness and joy, that sort of thing. That's always been me thing. Oh dear. Geez, it's nice listening to the frogs croaking and the rain coming down. All the mosquitoes are getting me. For some reason, I'm like a mosquito magnet. If if there's mosquitoes in the house, they'll come and get me. They'll leave everyone else alone. You do love Aussie humour? Yeah, we've got funny Aussie humour in Australia. Like we do have a lot of hard times in Australia in the past, so we've always tried to make jokes about things and try and brighten up the mood. Like it's always been the way, and it's just sort of stuck now. We have to do it. It's considered compulsory. Unfortunately, voting in Australia is compulsory too. They make you vote for them. Oh dear. At least we don't have crazy Bernie Sanders leading our country. Sorry if you're a Bernie supporter. Some of the best cobbers are Aussies. Yeah. Yeah, Aussies are pretty good people. We got big hearts, like we always feel for everyone else around the world, and anytime there's been a disaster anywhere around the world, we've been there to help. It may not have been as big as some of the other countries helping, but we've always been there and we've always helped everyone. That's just part of what we do. No, I haven't been out much. I've been at home. I'll give you another little look for the newcomers. I've been cleaning up and trying to renovate, and like everything's getting painted and everything's covered over, and so no TV. Night, Paul. Thanks for coming, champion. And the lights are hanging out of the ceiling. So been pretty busy. It's been pretty hard because I got a broken back. So when I do things, I can only do so much, and then I got to have a rest. So she's been tired. Oh, bloody mosquitoes still after me. A plus. That's probably that's probably why I get it. I remember when I was younger, we went camping somewhere or we went away somewhere, and the mosquitoes got into the building and they absolutely ate me and left everyone else alone, and everyone was calling me Spotty. I had bites all over my face and no one else had a bite on them. It was terrible. Yeah, it's midnight here. Yeah, it should be midnight now. I find it hard to sleep, so time's sort of irrelevant now. Yeah, I'm going into town tomorrow. I got to go to the doctor and all that. So hopefully I'll get into town tomorrow and get some pictures of the toilet paper aisles and everything for you. Yeah, it's been a pain lately. I've been trying to get on a pension because I can't work anymore, and they give you this form, and as you're filling out the form, it says like, if this is the case for you, then you have to fill out another form. So as you're filling out the first form, insomnia sucks. Yeah. As you're filling out the form, you've got to fill out more and more forms. So by the time I half filled out the first form, I'd gotten another 15 forms to fill out. And I'm a bit dyslexic. I can't write very well. I can read very well and understand pretty well, but writing, I can't do it. And you can't understand my writing. So I'm trying to fill out all these forms and going to the doctor to get all the permissions for them, and it's just incredible. And I've been going through it since I started on the 20th of February to try and get a pension, and I'm still going today. So it's been a nightmare, and I don't even know if I don't know. It's just a nightmare. There's all these people in Australia on pensions and stuff because they have a headache or something like that, and I've got a broken back and I can't get one. I think it sucks, to be honest. But anyway, apart from all that, hey Alistair, how you going, mate? Morning. I hope you guys take heed from the Great Australian Toilet Paper Shortage and go and buy a few extra packs just in case the toilet paper shortage virus hits America. It's a very bad virus when you have no toilet paper. Have a few minutes rushing to work today. No worries. Make sure you get some toilet paper on the way back, mate. You'll have to send me some over because I can swap it for gold now, I reckon. There's oh, thanks, Alistair. I love this community. There's I can't wait to try and get you some video of the toilet paper. I was absolutely shocked when I went in there the other day and there was nothing there. I was lucky. I got a bit Yeah, it's the one thing. Yeah, well, it's absolutely, you cannot buy it in Australia at the moment. Like, it's empty, it's gone. It's so bad they've even bought out boxes of tissues. You can't buy a box of tissues. You can't buy paper towels either. It's all gone. People are literally shitting themselves, I think. I think people are pretty worried, and once the rush on the shops start, they don't stop. Shit doesn't stick to koala fur. Yeah, that's the. I remember a joke about a bear and a rabbit, and the bear said to the rabbit, "Does shit stick to your fur, rabbit?" And he says, "Oh no, it comes off pretty good." And the bear grabbed the rabbit and used him. Buy washcloths, I tell you, you can reuse them. Yeah, I'll get onto that. That's a good idea. Oh, thanks everyone for coming and cheering me up. Yeah, he did, champion. Oh, thanks so much, everybody. Vanderberry, there you going, George? Just telling everyone about the toilet paper crisis. Got to try and get out a bit more and do a little bit more. Been pretty down lately. Been pretty busy too. I'll show you me fireplace. And my fireplace is sitting out on the front veranda. It's everything inside's all covered in plastic for painting. The roof's all getting painted. The walls are all getting done. The oven's out. It's quite a nightmare, really. There's no curtains up. There's no TV. Oh, no TV. No, I'm not going to go just yet. I'm just getting smashed by mozzies, though. They're absolutely hammering me. It's just so good to talk to everyone. No worries, Alistair. I'll be back soon. I'm going to try and get on and do a bit more. Don't use stinging needles. Oh, don't laugh, everyone. But when I was on a camp years ago, I had to go. I had to go. And normally, if you're only out on a camp, you want to make sure you can go in the daytime when you can see. But it was night, and I had to go. And so I've got my torch, and I'm going through the bush, and I sat down on stinging needles. Like when I pulled my pants down and bent over, I landed into stinging needles and didn't see them. Oh my God. That was absolutely the biggest nightmare of my life. And then I had to finish the rest of the 2-day hiking camp. And oh man, it was painful, hiking around everywhere, and I couldn't sit down. I had to lay down, and the backpack, the big heavy backpack, was sitting right on it, and I'm like, oh, that was the worst one. I also remember a big mate of mine. He was pretty chubby. He had a sore back on the camp, and someone told him to put deep heat on it. And I said to him, "Don't do it, man. Don't do it. The sweat will go everywhere." And he did it anyway. And all the sweat went down into his butt. And this big guy, he's there crying and crying as we're walking along because it's burning his bum. And he's crying. And I said to him, "Jump in the river." And he's like, "Nah, nah, nah." So we're walking along the river for a while. And he's crying and crying. So I pushed him in the river. And he's sitting in the river, and he starts screaming and yelling at me, "You mongrel, you pushed me in the river. I hate you. I'm going to kill you." And he was a real big bloke. And he starts getting out of the river. "I'm going to kill you." And I said, "How's your bum?" And he goes, "Oh, thank you very much. I'm not going to kill you now." So that was a bit of a funny old trip. I used to really enjoy the camps. They were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun going hiking. get away from the cities and the towns and all the people and everything. And itchy bum bum. Yeah. Oh man. It's it was terrible. It was shocking. That's the first time I've been hit by poison ivy. I didn't know about it really before that. Like I knew there was such a thing as poison ivy out there, but I didn't really know what it was until I sat on it. And as soon as I sat on it, I knew what poison ivy was, and man, I've never forgotten it since. Oh dear. Oh, you got to laugh when you think about things that you've done in your life, like the funny things. I don't know. I must be a bit of a clown because I've been through a fair few funny things in my life. That there was another camp we went to, and it was a 5-day hike. And on the third day, they had 4-wheel drive there, and they said you can load stuff in here, and we'll take it out for you to make it easier to walk back out, because it was a hill like this, and on the way down there, a girl already broke her leg, and they had to come out and pick this guy up because he had a kidney infection. He was pissing blood, so they had to come pick him up, and they said we can take some stuff out. So me and my mate thought, oh beauty, we'll chuck our tent in and just take the hoochie, a little like a tarp tent, like the army use, and it was great. Our backpacks were so much lighter than everyone else, and we were doing great, and we were having so much fun and laughing and everything. And we set up our tent that night, and then it started raining, and pretty soon we had, water flowing through our tent. So our great idea of not taking the tent with us didn't work out very well, and we spent the night in the flood water, and everyone else had a nice tent. But the next day, me and my mate, we made it up that mountain hill like a couple of hours before everyone else, because we didn't have big heavy packs like everyone else did. So you got to weigh it up. Was getting flooded worth it? And to me, yeah, I think it was. Saved me a lot. Like I remember I was going up that mountain, walking up that mountain, and I was going past all the real super fit people, the ones that run marathons and all this sort of stuff. And they're looking at me going, man, that's amazing. How can he pass me? Loose shorts on and no underwears on. Wasn't good. Canoeing inside the tent. Yeah, that's what it was. And then another time, actually, we went canoeing, and I had a girl in the front of my canoe, and she was pretty, how could I put it, pretty docile, not much up top, and not much help, like a real pretty girl, and not much use. Anyway, the teacher was teaching people how you can run a lot, like join all the rafts together, make a raft, and you can run along the end of the canoes. And I knew what he was doing. He was going to make him tip a canoe over to teach you how to lift the canoe back up onto the other canoes. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, how you going, champion? And I said to the girl, let go and let's get away from the raft, because we were on the end. And I said, I know he's going to try and tip us over. That's what he's trying to do. So I said, let us go and I'll get away from him. And she wouldn't let it go. So the person landed on the front of the end of our canoe and tipped us over. And so we're in the water, and I'm there trying to get the canoe and my backpack and everything out of the water. And the teacher did this to us on purpose to teach everyone how to recover a boat. And he did it to me because he knew I could get the canoe back up. But because I had the girl in there with me, she couldn't help me at all. So I had to do it all on my own, push this canoe back up on the other canoes and get it all back up, tip the water out and everything. And everyone's laughing at me, and everyone's giving me a hard time, and everyone's picking on me. And I was really upset at the end of that. I'd had enough, and I spat the dummy. a big Australian term for spitting the dummy when you've had enough. And we got to the end where we had to take the canoes out and walk up this cliff to get up to where the vehicles were. And it was steep and hard. And because I was pretty cranky with everyone laughing at me and not helping me and giving me a hard time, only one canoe helped me. Like one group helped me, one canoe with two people helped me. So when we got to the cliff and everyone had to carry their canoes up, I put the canoe up over my head on my hands and carried it up myself because I was a big, strong bloke. Still am pretty strong, but anyway. So I carried my canoe up to the top and I went back down and I said to the other two little blokes that helped me, and they were really struggling, I said, here, I'll take your canoe up for you. And I carried their canoe up to the top. And then everyone else is complaining and whinging, going, oh, help me, help me. And I said, did you help me? And they're all like, nah. And I said, well, I'm not helping you. So I taught them all a valuable lesson not to laugh at people and not help them. It was a funny ending to that one. We had a lot of fun on them snow trips, like on the camps, like the snow trip. The 4-wheel drive crashed on the way out, and I told the teacher, I said, oh, the 4-wheel drive's crashed. And he's like, shut up back there, I don't want to hear any more rubbish from you. And I said, oh, okay, mate, no worries, idiot. And so I sat back down. An hour later he goes, where's the 4-wheel drive? I said, look, mate, I told you an hour ago it crashed into the bank. So we had to turn around and drive back an hour back to the 4-wheel drive, and geez, they went at it, the two teachers. Why didn't you turn around? Geez, they got into it. So we've had a lot of fun. Oh, these mosquitoes are killing me. So how's everyone going out there? Everyone good? I saw Mr. Doughboy, you had a live stream on earlier, and I jumped on to watch it, but I only had my mobile data and it wasn't working real good, so I couldn't stay on. It kept freezing up, and you'd say something, then it'd freeze, and then go, and then it'd come back, so I couldn't stay on. It's just good to see everyone and talk. Get pretty lonely out here on my own, especially of a night. Night's the hardest time when you miss your family. I think that's where I'm struggling the most, I think. I miss everybody. Yeah, gonna have to get in there tomorrow and see if I can get some more toilet paper. So I don't think this crisis will end anytime soon. So we're going to have to be lining up like they did in Russia years ago. Line up for your toilet paper. One roll each. Make it last. I don't know if you guys in America have been seeing on Facebook all the Aussie humour about it, but geez, it's funny. I might try and share some of it for you to see. Have a good night, mate. See you soon. Night, Jim and Paul. Thanks, mate. Because of the coronavirus, Mr. Doughboy, there's been a run on toilet paper, and you cannot buy toilet paper in any shop in Australia now. That's all sold out. Even boxes of tissues have sold out. Toilet paper, paper rolls, for wiping down your bench and all that, even that's all sold out. And it's gone so bad that they're going to get security guards to guard the toilet paper aisle and make sure people only take their ration of one per person per day. And they're going to try and stop people coming back in doing 2 transactions and all this sort of stuff. A lot of drama is there. What's been going on? I hope nothing bad. Yeah, I've been missing a lot, actually. Yeah, I miss everyone so much. It's been hard though. Nothing bad. I'll have to get on and catch up and try and find out what's going on. I like gossip. Gossip's good. The Mr. Doughboy, I'll show you me inside my house because you'll just come in. Everything's been wrapped up for painting and all that sort of stuff, and the fireplace has been pulled out. We've got to do a new tile surround and all that sort of stuff. Got to pull out all the carpet and it's painful. And to top it all off, the guys that were doing it, they used up all my hot water. So I went to have a shower last night and it was cold water and I was like, oh geez, this never end. You know, there's nothing better than a hot shower at the end of the day when you're hurting and sore and everything, and you want that nice hot shower to relax you. And I jumped in there and it was cold and I was shivering and shaking. Oh, because it's freezing cold here at the moment. It's freezing and my fire's out here. I can't find the remote for the air conditioner unit, so she was a cold old night last night. Oh, Mr. Doughboy. Oh dear. Yeah, I need. I've got actually. We got the guy doing the painting. He's from Massachusetts, so we've got an American here working. It's been fun. It's good to have a few people around to talk to. You know, like instead of talking to yourself is not much fun. Everyone. Oh, geez, I miss the TV. It's only been out for one day, but I miss it. Oh, I'm a bit sore. I might go, everyone. Oh, geez. Thanks for coming, everyone. I'll catch up with you more real soon. Oh, midgies are bad too here. Do you guys get midgies over there? Little bloodsuckers? They're painful here. He does. I love it. You got to have a sense of humour in life. I love all Mr. Doughboy's Facebook postings and all that sort of stuff. I get a good chuckle out of all that. Oh, I tell you what, that Bernie Sanders is a bit scary though. They were talking about his early writings and that, and he's a bit strange, eh? Oh yeah, crazy bugs in the springtime here. Yeah, yeah, no, it's bad here. We get them all. We get them all year round here because it's pretty wet here normally. Like where I live is one of the better places in Australia for rainfall in New South Wales, in my state, because we've got rainforest not far from here, so we tend to get a fair bit coming in off the coast. Mention Lynn, Massachusetts to that guy. I will do, Mr. Doughboy. I knew you'd know what I was talking about. Yeah, I told him my friend was from Massachusetts. Oh, oh dear. Oh, starting to hurt a bit. I've got new medication now. That's helping a fair bit, but they won't hand out any heavy painkillers in Australia anymore because they don't want people to get addicted to them. Hey, Silver Gopher! Lynn is where you're from, yeah. Yeah, I've had a bit of a chat to him about that. Morning, Silver Gopher. just letting everyone know that the coronavirus is causing a panic run on toilet paper in Australia. So make sure you all get your toilet paper in before it spreads to America and Canada and all that, because once this virus kicks off and people start rushing to the shops thinking they're going to have to stay at home for 2 weeks and that, there's just going to be nothing left. So make sure you get a bit of toilet paper and a bit of tucker just in case you've got to stay home for a while. Doesn't hurt to be prepared. You know, you'll always eat the tucker and use the toilet paper, so it's not like you're wasting money or anything. So I think the people that aren't prepared for what's coming will be the ones that'll get hurt the most. Oh dear, the mozzies are killing me. They're killing me. They're eating me whole. Oh. All right, everybody, I love yous, and I'm going to catch you soon. All right, everybody, bye.